Okay, so I have not updated in forever, even though I've taken videos. So this is just a short little yo. Um, it is the 12th of January in 2023. I spent the last month bunny sitting for a little bunny named Bess with a wonderful couple that had gone to Australia. That was delightful. That was in Amsterdam, and that was directly after cat sitting, 2 kitty cats, with another lovely person who had gone to visit family in Rotterdam. Well, I was in Rotterdam. They had gone elsewhere. So I did, a couple weeks, up in Rotterdam, which I'd been to before, ironically for pet sitting. And then I went up to Amsterdam, spent about a month there, stayed a couple nights with the couple, and they were totally cool and really nice people. And I then, like I said, I bunny sat for like a month and enjoyed a little bit of the city. A lot of the museum stuff that I wanted to see and things were like shut down, or you had to like buy tickets way far out, which because it was holiday season and all that. So I didn't get to like do a lot of the things that I wanted to do. I did go to the main firework event, which sucked. Yeah, they didn't do proper fireworks. People illegally did proper fireworks in various places, but they were going to be doing like, the things online said it was going to be an electric light show sort of fireworks and regular fireworks. Not regular fireworks, just the electric light show, which still would have been neat, except the warm-up period for the countdown was way niftier than the actual like midnight show. And I talked after the bunny sit when I stayed another night with the couple, and he works on lighting things. And I mentioned this to him, he's like, yeah, one of my friends told him the same thing from before. So, but it was an experience, right? It was something new. In Amsterdam, the fireworks, while people were like illegally setting them off in places, it wasn't like the scary war zone that Rotterdam was a few years ago. I took a 6-hour train from Amsterdam to Berlin, and then from Berlin I took a 13-hour train to Budapest, on which my MacBook Pro was stolen, even though it was in a place that should be perfectly secure, but the person had the balls to pull the bag out from beneath my leg, because I was in a stay up and sit compartment where you could still like snooze out, because there was only like 2 of us, so we were like passed out most of the night and stuff, on and off, because I don't sleep that well. And I had like my house on the biggie thingy above me, and I had my book bag with all my electronics, and my food, zipped up and like slid under me while I was sleeping. I wake up and that's slid out of ways with the back portion kind of open, and I'm like, So I looked in. They had stolen my MacBook Pro. Thankfully, the iPad that was with it in the iPad and laptop, mobile and laptop compartment was still there. They didn't bother grabbing that. And it's a high-end iPad because I use it for the dry draw. And so I am thankful that the iPad's still there, because otherwise I'd fucked. So I've got a good amount of time to kill in Budapest, but not enough to really do anything, because I've got to get from here, the railroad station, down to a particular bus station to take an international bus that'll take me to Belgrade, and then I'm staying a little while in Belgrade, and then I'm hopping over to Tirana, and then from there I'm going to be doing like the opposite all the way up of this trip to Bochum, Germany, to cat sit for a couple weeks, and then over to the UK, where I'm like bouncing all over doing different pet sits, because I'm really trying to save money with my US trip coming up. I'm going to be doing a couple months instead of like the usual like get out 1 month of like see the people I love and do a little bit of odds and ends of what's easiest to do in the U.S. And but this year, because of COVID and just general life and stuff, and the price of going to the U.S. and blah 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 blah, I'm going to spend some extra time so that I can see my sister Thea, and I can hopefully see a couple other friends that live down closer to camp, but that I don't really get like outside camp time with. And then another friend that lives nearby that's in New Jersey maybe. And basically I'm going to like get to see people that I haven't seen that aren't going to be at the reunion and are at Roxanne's house. Because Roxanne's house, I'm going to be, borrowing the room there, and I get to like wonderful see her every time I get, because I'm living with her and her partner, and so I get to have like the wonderful lovely time of like getting to see her, and him. I adore him too, but she's to me my bestest friend. And then I'm so that's like a built-in awesomeness. And then I'm gonna like hopefully, if I have my driver's license not emailed, but like snail mailed to me because I need it replaced to her house. I'm giving it like 2 weeks to do that. And then I will rent a car and go over and see Thea and like go around to some friends, and I may or may not use that to go to camp with, because that's like an extra like almost 2 weeks of like paying for this thing, which will be sitting in a parking lot essentially. So it'd be better just to like drop it off and then like rent another one later, which it's actually about the same cost to get the, no, it's actually less money to rent a car and drive from camp up to Roxanne's. So I'll probably do that. And then I hop back to Europe, which I hadn't planned on doing, but there's a Depeche Mode concert. Oh, in the meantime, on the way from the UK to the US, I have an Aesthetic Perfection concert in Berlin again, just like the last time I went to the US. So woohoo. And what else? Oh yeah, Depeche Mode concert. I had planned on starting in Mexico and like working my way down through, because that was the plan before COVID. Didn't work out, of course. So I had planned to do that after this trip to the US, but yada yada yada. Depeche Mode, I have to come back to Europe, and I might snowbird a little bit to get down to Mexico and Central and South America once it sort of gets to off season, and we'll see. I'm also, even though it's super fucking expensive to spend any amount of time in the US, there are national parks that I haven't seen there, and I've meant to, like Yellowstone. I've wanted to go to since I was a kid, and for all that I've been nearly everywhere in the freaking US by now, that's like one spot that I have not gone to. And there's a couple other smaller, but that's like a highlight that I'd like to do. So maybe I'll hit that and then like work south, but that's not like set in stone because, like I said, expensive. But so that's everything. That's it for now. It's a whole thing. So I am like literally standing outside the Apple store in the Budepast train station, hoping I can get a replacement laptop, because I've looked into insurance policies and none of them are going to cover the whole thing. Hopefully with my Chase card, I can get about half the cost back, which that's better than nothing. I'm not complaining, because my travel insurance is like, here's $500. I'm like, motherfuckers. But yeah, and I kind of need that for some projects and stuff. I'm hoping the automatic backup's backed up properly, because I did a whole bunch of work on things that, being alone in the apartment in Amsterdam, I was able to focus on things and work at all different hours, just however felt right. And so I got a lot of things progressed, and like things that were like borderline done, and they're all set to automatically back up. But if they like did or only partially or something, it's gonna be a real pain in my ass. So we shall see. But in any case, the first reason I bought a MacBook, when I'm not thrilled with owning Apple things, this because it had the proper power and it had Logic Pro. Oh shit, I gotta pay for Logic Pro again. God damn it. It's always something. But that's the whole thing right now. So, by all my deltas and anybody else who bothers to watch this,